G'day, and welcome to 1000 Lies. As far as I know, it's a visual novel. I guess we'll have to find out. Let's start a new game. Much like the origin of our dreams, three youths forged their friendships out of unclear beginnings. The innocence of their childhood, souls knew nothing of the ulterior motives that the jaded mind of an adult might have. Is it meant to stretch further across, or is that just how it's meant to be? It's a pity that no decision knows of virtue, a fabrication which lies beyond the chromatic spectrum of consequences that adults insist on simplifying only as either black or white. So they maintain that lies should not be told, lying is wrong. With empty words, they wage their futile battle against human nature, pretending to know of what they speak. It's ironic how, rather than erasing lies by teaching us not to fabricate falsehoods, we learn to make them better. After all, who honestly seeks the truth? We only open our ears to the confirmations of our biases. Well, that sounds about right. And that's strange, because in my opinion, there is no one who is more sincere with their words than the greatest liar of them all. Oh, it's a piano. Notes fell readily from my memory and onto the piano keys at my fingertips, recreating the trite sounds of Maestro Debussy. Is that the right way to say his name? I hope it is. Debussy's esteemed melody. I played for no attentive listeners. In no grand auditorium, only one man fell within earshot of my tune. As weak with his words as with my posture, his posture, he shifted his eyes about in a mixture of fear and doubt. Even if I were to close my eyes, I could draw his features in the void with nothing more than my memories. Every feature, every pulsing movement, the signs on his face that age had yet to win its long battle against his youth. I can still taste the crisp, bittersweet flavour my mind gave to the air on the day I found him, staring so intently at the starry sky. This is male or female talking, as if he wanted to leave the rest of the world behind. That infamous night, quietly overseen by Maestro Debussy, would change everything forever. Come on, want to go see how haunted that mansion really is? The boy could hardly contain his excitement as he spoke. I'm trying to clear my throat as I speak. His two friends, his only audience, frowned in response, reluctant to give him the answer. They couldn't be fooled by such superstitions as ghosts, nor were they motivated to spend their time disproving their existence. Yet somehow, they just couldn't find it in themselves to say no to their eager friend, perhaps due to his eloquence, or, to be frank, his persistence. Yes, he was rather annoying. He wouldn't stop. Their entrance was heralded by abundant spiderwebs, ramshackle walls, and framed curtains. Unfortunately, there were no spectres to speak of. The boy had little need of his ghosts now, though, for the trembling signs of fear that gripped his friends served more than adequately as his entertainment for the day. So intrepidly it took point, taking his exploration party deeper into the dust-veiled interior of the mansion. He brought his attention to a single book laid atop of an aging podium a sure sign that no pages of content were more worthy of reading than those found within the centerpiece on display. Its words were still legible, if only just, and apart from the rest of its treatise on keeping close relationships unbroken, it offered a dire warning. I'm all ears. Desecrating that which does not belong to you will bring nothing but punishment. That which you love will inevitably become the greatest of your fears. When during the Izigi, 3 elements must become 2. Which one will you discard? If it had been a spell from a witch's book, the 3 youths lacked the knowledge to understand it. Nonetheless, they would soon regret having brought life to the words upon the page. Excuse me. From out the darkness, shackles appeared, and bound the 3 together with unbreakable chains that only they could see. I think that cough actually cleared my throat a bit. Doomed to keep each other's company eternally.
Hey, do you think I could learn the piano? To play the piano?
Are you serious? Why should I bother to teach you? You've had more time to learn than I have.
No, that's not what I meant. I was just curious.
Well, a simple question with a long and complicated answer, so here it is. No. Good enough for you?
What? Why not?
Do you really need me to spell it out for you?
You're the expert. It shouldn't be hard to tell me what's wrong.
I don't know what gender this kid is. What's wrong? But where do I begin? For example, those sausage links you'll call your fingers, you think there's any instrument that would accommodate you? His fingers are sausages?
It sounds like you're just trying to make me go away. I've never heard of anyone not being able to play a piano for such a stupid reason.
I suppose that depends on your goals. You can bang away at the keys to your heart's content, for example.
You're not very good at this pep talk thing, are you?
We fade to black. It was a strange spell which bound the 3 youths together. Should they try to spread out and seek their own paths, the chains on their legs would grow tighter, keeping them together. But if 2 of them agreed to stay closer to each other, they could grant the 3rd prisoner an extended length of distance. The links of the chains were uninterrupted by obstacles. They only enforced the proximity by which its prisoners must be held. Still, they could find a way to live their lives with their curse, with none but themselves being the wiser to it. That's how it works. And how could anyone believe that 3 friends have been physically bound by a chain which eludes the sight of everyone but its prisoners, passes through all obstructions, and is untouchable to anyone else? Under the premise that they used to spend all their time together, none of them thought this incident would harm their lives too much. Using their imaginations, they could manage some way to go on with their lives. In time, a change came upon them, just as the origins of their friendship remained unclear. So too, would it be difficult to pin down just what they had kept them united. The light of their childhood innocence would die a slow death, or perhaps even that innocence was another lie, fabricated to disguise their selfishness. These were the thoughts which plagued the leader's mind, as he began to silently observe the faces of the ones he once called his friends, who had now become unrecognizable to him. and unable to find the words to form his apology, he chose to simply run away. But, oh yeah, if the two stay together, he can get further away, but then they can't at all. Come off it already. You didn't come here for a piano lesson. If you got something to say, spit it out already. But the kid merely choked on his words, unable to force his thoughts into the open air. You don't have to say a thing if you don't want to. You're a grown man and you can make your own decisions. The kid's a grown man. You don't need me to tell you what to do. Just know that every choice comes with a price. I don't want you to come crying to me later, as if I were responsible for your decisions. Through the corner of my eye, I could see that no amount of shaming language would drive him away, yet he still milled around in his own indecisiveness. I sighed audibly, making my displeasure with our status quo abundantly clear. Get that, kid? Fine, do what you want. That's not what he said. Do you want to know what made me want to learn how to play the piano? It had been an impromptu change of subject, surprising even myself. I was never one for improvisation. Bringing a close to the piano's melody, I pushed myself away from the keys. I raised my hands up as if to display them alongside my words. Now if the piano kept going, that'd be strange. I'll tell you what spurred me on to play this instrument. It was after someone told me the most discouraging thing. That with fingers as thick as mine, I would never be able to play an instrument. Fade to black. So he ran, struggling against his own loss of breath, until the cruel chains trailing behind rose up to remind him of their limited length. But that would not stop him. Surrender was beyond his understanding now. No senseless witchcraft would be allowed to outperform his willpower. He didn't care about the blood or the pain. He would keep on running, empowered by his will, even if his legs were to break. Well, you wouldn't be able to run then. The chain stretched with each step, with the metallic echo of the links breaking behind him. Groaning under the pressure, each link in the chain warped and bent to the breaking point, struggling to match the strength of his determination. So it was that the curse vanished into thin air, leaving no trace that it had ever bound anyone together. Only then did he return to his senses to find that he had bled and suffered to gain solitude in a barren land bereft of his peers. Even his footsteps had vanished in the trail behind him. He was truly alone. Never again would he be able to find the important people he had lost. Oh, that was the beginning. Prologue? Yes, that's it, prologue. Based on a true story, or just a story? Ah, yes, a story that should be true.
Adrian, I know how you feel about me, but I mean,
I'm having trouble hearing myself. I'll be able to fix that in a day.
we spent a lot of time together. It's fun being with you, but like you're a great friend. That would be better not to lose you. I'm sorry, Adrian.
Or Endian. Endian.
I don't know what I'm saying.
I know, I just gave you this voice.
Why did you have to confess to me here and now?
It's not you, it's me. Is that what you wanted to say? But the truth is that, until now, I was your second choice, the backup in case the first didn't pan out. Am I wrong?
No, no, no. It's not like that, I swear.
That's precisely the issue, Ziva.
And
Who's talking? I'm tired of hedging my words with you, with everyone. I knew that nothing could ever be the same after confessing, after expressing how I felt. I thought you would accept my feelings, and I was happy. I couldn't believe that someone like me could connect with another person. Although now I see that it was all fake. I've been thinking about it now. It's clear to me. One of us has been playing with the other's emotions without considering the consequences. And now you don't even have the courage to go back, in spite of finding out the truth. Don't you see that, with that attitude, we can only hurt ourselves? I thought I adored you. Now I'm not sure. Maybe I was deceiving myself, all those times we spent together, or maybe it was just my lack of experience. The only thing I do know now is that we can't keep going down this painful road. And even so, a part of me doesn't want to let you go, even if it means we're only friends. Even knowing the suffering that awaits me.
Taeyeon, what are you thinking? How can you say something like that?
I don't know, it just comes out. Whispers spread throughout the classroom. They're very loud whispers, I'll tell you that. Is there a setting or something I can do to turn that down? We'll find out. As expected, we became the center of attention, and students from all over the nearby classroom crowd around to eavesdrop. The pressure put on me by the current situation makes my legs begin to shake. Still, somehow I manage to look calm and composed. Come on, Ziva. Yeah. Let's take a minute to calm down, okay? Don't you think it'd be better to talk about this later? The next class is going to start any moment, and I don't think you're one to talk. Ozzy? Is that it, Ozzy? Everything is your fault after all. Should I give him an Aussie accent? I've already got one. Huh? What do I know? What do I do now? That's it. Who's talking? Oh, this one, I think. Or is it the other bloke? So you already knew? No, but I'm trying to figure out who's talking. Nobody told me if that's what you're worried about. I figured it out on my own. I just had to put up into two and put two together. I'll be back in a second. Alright, I'm back. I think I managed to turn the music down a little bit, even though it's already stopped. Alright, let's carry on a little bit longer. Got a bit of time. Oh, Ozzy. I don't think I understand what's going on. Would someone care to explain? Please explain. Yes, Eva. Do it. Explain it to him. Explain... What exactly? I lost track of what was going on. I wouldn't be able to forgive myself if I ruined the lives of my two best friends because I was selfish. I've already been rejected.
Are you sure about that, Andian? I don't want to.
Ziva put her hands on my shoulder as she tried to cheer me up. I nodded at her to indicate that she can continue. Then I chose to walk away, leaving them in silence. Pushing my way past a crowd of students and a teacher, I head into the hallway without even ever looking back. So you gave the green light for her to continue talking, and then you just walk off. That's mixed signals there, mate. I'm running away, I know. But there are times when being a coward is the only way to survive on the battlefield. It's a battlefield now? That transition. From the hallway, I can still hear what's happening on the other side of the door. I can hear the woman I love declaring her love for another man. The students inside the classroom suddenly erupt in various noisy reactions. The combined sound deafens everything else. Even then, there's still a sound I can't ignore. Ow. Your heart was glass? My heart is broken, leaving me feeling empty inside. You might need to get that checked, because I'm pretty sure your heart's meant to be, a bit more mushy than that. How foolish. I'm no more than a feeble cuckold, resigned to never leave his nest. You might really want to check that condition of yours. I'm pretty sure your heart's not meant to be shattering like that. My soul is sinking further into the drain of desperation, while the world keeps spinning. I'm unable to bear the sound of everyone else's happiness. My sanity is blinded by jealousy, which in turn causes me to retreat into loneliness. I'm not even a third of the man I used to be. For what reason should I keep this farce up? I'm sorry, Ziva. I would be lying if I said that I didn't like you.
Then what's the problem?
There's no problem.
You're beautiful. Any man's ideal woman. I've dreamt of you many times. Of us together. Going on walks while I hold your hand. Even our wedding. I've dreamt of the house we would buy. The 3 kids we would have. The names we would give them. Ozzy. But it's impossible now. The truth is, I'm in love with someone else. So it's true. I'd suspected it.
Did I change your voice?
I couldn't believe it. She's right here, right?
That's right, I'm talking about. A teacher? The new substitute teacher. Everybody's alarm bells go off in unison. Everyone's gaze shoot towards the entrance of the classroom. Standing there is the wide-eyed substitute teacher, ready for her very first class. The tension caused her to drop her books. A soft stuttering noise is all that her brain can process right now. Regardless, she didn't need to say anything, not before she got cut off all of a sudden by hysterical applause. Great, how fantastic. I knew beforehand that someone like this might happen. Someone like this. Something like this. The silence is deafening. You can see the pity growing on everyone's faces. It feels as if the Grim Reaper himself has sentenced them all to an ill fate. You had wanted to confess before Ozzy did. Both of us knew that he had been planning and about his unrequited love for the teacher that the rest of his class hadn't even met yet. That's why we had to move on ahead. You out of fear and I out of despair. I was parted by the sound of my breathing and accompanied by the sound of my steps crashed down upon Ziva as I walked to my desk. Although the weight of her actions is crashing down upon her shoulders, Ziva manages to rise up again, purely out of self-pity. And with that, that's all the time I've got for this episode. If you enjoy it, be sure to leave a like. If you enjoy what I do, why not subscribe? With that said, have a fantastic day. Be sure to tune in next time. I think I missed something there. Yeah, thanks for watching. Cheerio.